Namaste and welcome to Path to Anandam series. And today our topic is power of empowering yourself. Pranam to Guruji for his blessings, guidance, and Shri Krishna Bhagwan Ji bringing us together this morning. I'm Satya Kalra, your host for the program and Path to Anandam founder. Whatever you see on this page, it's all blessing of Almighty and request for many of you for supporting. In case you miss any of this presentation, it is posted on YouTube channel where we already have more than 600 videos from previous programs. So thank you very much for joining. Today's session, the path to ultimate fulfillment, power of empowering yourself and fulfilling yourself. Removing the negativity, emptying the negativity, filling with divinity. And actually that is a path to Ananda. So we will discuss what is emptiness, what are the signs and types, what stops us to empty ourselves and create the more space for fulfilling ourselves. What does Gita say about it? And with the teachings of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, with other Shastras, how could we cultivate this emptiness and fulfill ourselves? What are the benefits, scientific proofs, spiritual benefits, body, mind, and soul connection? And what are the daily practices we will be recommending or we will be discussing? And our sankalpa, I let go of clutter from my mind. I empty my mind and fill with the fullness. Homework with tip of the day and meditation. I am free and peaceful. So what is emptiness? In general terms, this is a state of being empty, without contents or forms in our mind. Psychologically, it's emotional and situational. And it's external or it could be internal. Scientifically, it's a physical vacuum or space within minimum matter, where it could be also relate to loneliness, depression. And that's where I put it here, emptiness. It could be idealness, hollowness, dislocation. It could be taken into terms of depression also. However, in the spiritual world, this is the freedom from ego, desires, and attachment. Where in Buddhism it is called Shunya. Poon, Poonmada, Poonmidam, Poonartha, Poonmudachyate. Everything is Poon. There is no emptiness. And Gita calls it non-attachment, Vairagya, non-sparsh. And that's where I put this is one of the divine quality, which is one is totally complete. So there are many different types here and different meanings. But in spirituality, emptying yourself and spiritual insight, what does it say? You know, when I think about emptiness, first thing it comes in mind, empty of what? Usually we said, empty the pot, empty the container. And when you go to the doctor, and if you have a stomach problem, first thing doctor asks you, or if you have a problem with the bladder, is your bladder empty? Is your stomach cleansed? And think about it, if physiologically point of view, if our body is not emptying the old waste, then what happens? We get sick. Similarly, if we do not empty ourselves from attachments, from ego, from greed, all those 5+2 enemies, from anger, from resentment, etc., then we get sick, mentally disturbed. That's why it's very important to understand not just the physical emptiness or the socially emptiness or lonely or depression. The spirituality gives us a totally different point of view. It takes us to different direction. That emptying yourself, freedom from ego, desires, and attachments, clearing the mind and releasing ego grips, means I-ness and my-ness, me, and mine, and letting go of the inner clutter that steals our happiness, calmness, and productivity. And filling that space within for clarity, compassion, wisdom, righteous action. Because when our mind is cluttered, we cannot think straight. So here we have to remove that clutter from the mind, which is caused by our desires, ego, attachments. And that's where we can get the wisdom. What is dharma? What is adharma? What is correct action? Where Buddha calls it shunya. And if you look at it from the scientific point of view, this is the waves of the mind nowadays, which is kind of with music and all that, which helps to cleanse the system. But we want to make sure that it is not misunderstood. So it is not separation or loss or passiveness, but creating the space for clarity, correct action, potential for fulfillment, where we feel Purnamada Purnamidam Purnarth Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate. We are complete. We came from the complete. We merge with the complete. So we are complete. And all these ego desires, etc., becomes a negative, which takes the space away from fulfillment. And therefore, empty ourselves from within. Creating the space is very, very important, because cluttered mind is major barriers to living healthy, happy, and peaceful mind, peaceful life, and peaceful mind as well. Why? Because modern life is overloaded with attentions, multitasking, running around, too much stress. So when mind is cluttered, Our decisions are poor. We are stressed, insomnia, etc. So emptying all the clutter restores the energy and effectiveness where the mind is cluttered. You can see that. The time, all the time we are busy, busy, busy. And mind is getting more and more cluttered. So in simple comparison, clutter mind versus decluttered or empty or free mind. Our thoughts, clutter mind overloaded. And that's where and keep repeating, thinking about the same thing, which causes a scatteredness, totally scatteredness. We cannot focus. And totally diverted in different directions, confused, reactive, choti baat pe reaction, impulsive, stress, anxiety, disturbed, restlessness, tension, fatigue, high blood pressures, and bad hormones like cortisol takes over. And relationship effect is affected. We become more defensive, more conflicting nature, chidchida, the one we said, conflict prone, disconnected from ourselves within that I am the Satchit Anand. And these are not the characteristics, qualities of Satchit Anand. But on the other hand, when we empty our mind, free our mind from this clutter, declutter ourselves, then we can think about clarity because we are calm. And then presence. We live in the present. We are not thinking about the past, what happened, or worries for the future. We are more centralized. We are more wise. We have more wisdom. We are more balanced, more thoughtful, more peaceful, more joyful, and more stable. And we are more relaxed. Our physiological system, our better immunity, etc., all that. And we are more filled with love and compassion and have a patience. And in system is flooded with endorphins, good hormones, dopamine, and more connected and feeling that, yes, I am happy, I am Anandam, I'm Satchit Anand. Knowing that now, the question comes, then what stops us emptying ourselves? First of all, our ignorance that we are Atma, not just the body and mind. So lack of self-awareness, trusting ourselves, our faith, fear of losing our identity, ego, attachment, again, I-ness, minus, anger, greed, resentments, jealousy, all that negativity, and stress, anxiety, fear, worry, and always thinking about doing rather than who I am. And then what happens to our health? Look at all these worldly desires, angers, all that negativity, losing the sleep. The more mind is cluttered, the more we are confused and more we cannot sleep at night. Here again, losing identity, thinking, doing, just thinking, emotional attachments. And what happens is blocks our clarity, blocks our presence, living in a current moment, awareness, and blocks it. So it creates more clutter in the mind and blocks the emptiness and fulfilling. Just like, when we have water, if the glass is full of water and we want to pour the milk in it, we have to empty the glass from the water, discard the water, and then add the milk in it. Similarly, We have to declutter our mind. And there is a beautiful story related to that. That one disciple, he used to be a disciple, then he went to the worldly, he got a good job and left the ashram. And then he came back to visit his master, his guru. And he's sitting with master. And he says, Master, I have a very good job, very good position, family, etc. But I'm not happy. Please tell me. And master was listening, but at the same time, he was bragging that I am the VP of the department and I have such a big house and I have so many cars and we go on vacations. And he was just keep bragging and bragging about how good I am, how many awards I got and all that. And then again, he repeats the question to his master that, can you tell me the secret of the peace, how to be peaceful and happy? And then master smiled and master says, first, why don't you just continue what you're doing? Empty yourself from all these, your ego, attachments, your bragging that who you are, what the possessions you have. So make the space. Then I will tell you. And he showed him with the example, because Guru asked his other disciple to bring the cup tea. So he brought the tea pot and 2 cups. And then master keep pouring the tea in the cup. And the cup keep flowing down, spilling the tea. And the disciple was really annoyed. And he says, I don't know what Guruji is doing. Is he gone crazy now? And then again, he repeats the same question to Guru. And he says, can you tell me the secret how to be peaceful? Then Guru said, didn't you see what I'm doing? If the cup is overflowing with the ego and attachment, then it cannot contain the tea in the cup. Similarly, unless you empty yourself, my teaching will not be absorbed in you. So empty yourself first. So this is how can we cultivate our inner emptiness? And then again, it goes to the triple strategy. Awareness. First, we should be aware of it. My ego, my desires, my attachments, fear, worries. What am I worried about? What am I fearful about? Just make a simple list. And I always show one red book. Let me get it here. That I call it that book. I call my red book. And in that, I make a list of the things which I want to, which I am aware of, which I need to change. And why mention here fear and worry? Because past regrets, guilt, all the time we are thinking about what happened. And that resentment comes. And in the future is fearful. What is going to happen in future? So thinking for future creates fear. And then worry. And then more wants. So both clutter the mind. So we should allow feeling without acting. Here, when I say make a list, we should just pay attention to our feelings and then put ceiling on our desires. Action, that's the action part. We have too many desires, too much attachment. So detachment, in Gita it says, anasakti, vigat sprasha. So release past, regret, and future worry, craving. So past regrets, we should release it. Future worries, let go and live. Focus on the present moment. Only real space of freedom is right now. Whatever happened is gone. Whatever happened will happen. We don't know. Right now, this is a time. And if we focus, we are aware of it, what's happening right now. I have a good health. I have a good company. I have a roof on my head. There are many people who do not have it. Suffering. We are free to walk around. In many places, people can't even freely walk around. So when we start focusing on now, clarity, joy, and divine connection comes. So Brahma, in Gita it says, brahma-bhūtaḥ prasannātmā śocati na kāṅkṣati. Sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhakti lapte param. So one who has realized who is Brahma Vibhuta, one who is the Atma, who is a part of Supreme Atma, Paramatma, not just the body and mind, and who doesn't think about in the past, whatever happened, he knows how to let go, and he doesn't think about the future, too many desires. That's the person is happy. And that person can attain the supreme peace, which is another name for God. So be in present moment. Here where it shows the clutter mind, how Arjuna was empty. He emptied all of his worries, fears. He surrendered, he let go and he surrendered. And then he could absorb Krishna Bhagwanji's teachings, which are blessing for all of us in the form of Bhagavad Gita. So he emptied his mind and let everything go out and absorb. And then he said, Karishye vachanam tav. So the benefits, empty yourself. There are the spiritual benefits, scientific benefits, and scientific benefits are more it's relate to body and mind, where first thing it starts with neuroplasticity, where the mind is cluttered and decluttering, emptying it. Here you can see the beautiful colors here. It's filled with, here, more clarity, calmness. So in other words, it improves the mental, emotional well-being, lowers the stress and anxiety. And as I mentioned before, there are many publications on Ivy universities at Stanford, Columbia, Harvard, NIH, thousands and thousands of publications. One can look at it. And it improves our heart conditions, gives us a longevity of our life, better relationships, and ultimately it makes us a better and better human being, because we are more patient, we are more happy, we follow our dharma. So connection, it gives us a connection to our what to do and what not to do, and also the purpose of our life. And we are filled with compassion and love, and then we are less judgmental. We have inner peace, endurance, inner strength. And that even deepens further our connection with divinity. It balances our life. We feel one with all. So wellness, and wellness is body, mind, and soul. So it is basically a self-healing. I would call self-healing technique, where it is used in many hospitals now in the form of meditation, etc. But in summary, here is a declutter the mind. We develop more patience, more contentment, which all goes in the, call it Devi Sampad Vimoksha, which are the divine qualities which gives us the moksha, liberation from all the worldly miseries. And spiritually we grow. We have more inner peace, stronger relationship, healthy body, peaceful mind, and connection to Supreme Power. And that we feel one with all, not lonely, not alone. We are one with all. So our practices, daily practices through daily spiritual planner. And again for self-transformation, because it is a self-transformation technique, self-purification. By practicing, we declutter our mind, we purify ourselves and transform ourselves. And then we are filled with love, peace, anandam. But these practices, emptying to ultimate fulfillment, where Buddha says, shunya, shunya, shunya. We create that shunya within. We absorb more. But we must live in awareness. So starting our day with Om mantra or any mantra which you have or resonates with you. But start the day by decluttering the mind and adding more mantras, more spiritual teachings, reading Bhagavad Gita, Guru Granth Sahib, Ramayana, whatever which gives us calmness, and let go any difficulties we are feeling, worries, fear. And then, of course, take care of our physical body, mind, and soul through yoga practices, exercises, pranayam, where I say Surya Namaskar or Sun Salute. And during that day, and then meditation. And if we don't have 60 minutes, we can have 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever time you have. But at least make it part of your practice. And then during the day, we should practice. Watch our thoughts, how I see, how I speak, how I listen, what I do, where I go. Just live in awareness. And then live in the present moment. Whatever happens, we cannot do anything about it. Whatever will happen, we have no control on it. But right now, and fill yourself like Purnamada, because we came from the wholeness and we merge with wholeness. So why have incompleteness and clutter mind in between? So empty mind, empty being takes us to ultimate oneness and Satchit Anand. So our sankalpa is, I let go what no longer helps me. I release the past, trust the future, and embrace the present moment. And then feel healthy, happy, and peaceful. But having sankalpa is very important. Because sankalpa prabhavan, it's the effect of sankalpa, is so strong, because, and practices little by little walking on that path, our subconscious mind gets decluttered and gets filled with new messages, new sankalpas. So shanai shanai, little by little, buddhai buddhi grahita, the subconscious mind gets transformed. The condition is that we must practice, practice, practice every moment of our life. So our homework is here. Questions, self-inquiry. Do I know the purpose of my life? Do I live in the memories or past memories or future worries? What am I fearful and worried about? What am I holding on to that I can let go? Do I regularly do yoga, pranayam, meditation, selfless service, which is seva. And then question comes, when was the last time I felt spacious and free inside? In other words, calm, peaceful. Do I surrender and let go? So by emptying, you attain ultimate fulfillment. So one who has created space within can truly live in love, peace, and ananda. So self-inquiry is not the weakness. It is a path to self-improvement, to connect to the supreme power and experience who we are. So emptying and fulfilling yourself. By emptying, the soul is filled. By letting go, the heart is stilled. Drop the weight, release the fight. Within you shine the eternal light. When ego fades and desire cease, the spirit flows with love and peace. In emptiness, new strength is found. The true self rises, whole and sound. Living in the now, serene and free, the soul awakens to eternity. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So here how you can see the clutter mind, creating the space and how it goes into peace, clarity. This is the summary of the whole session. Be Poon and live in love, peace, ananda. So thank you very much for attending the session. I live in the now moment. And the power of emptying yourself.